What's up, guys? Just making a very quick video today about a healthy garlic butter recipe that I kind of feel a bit guilty posting, but it's only because I searched the internet and there was nothing about a low-fat garlic butter recipe for your garlic bread or any other types of sort of marinade, dressing, that sort of thing. There's lots of garlic bread recipes out there where you combine Greek yogurt, flour and water, but honestly, I'm not going to recommend you do that because that takes a lot of time. I don't have that time. I would very rarely do that myself, so I wouldn't expect anyone else to, unless you dedicate a lot of time during the day to prep that. And the other issue with that is I want the garlic bread to accompany the rest of the meal. Whereas if you make that high protein, low fat garlic bread, that's everything. That's your carbs and your protein. And if you're trying to lose weight, in terms of food volume, that reduces the amount of food volume because you've just taken out the need to have chicken, fish, or whatever your usual protein source would be. Whereas having a good quality garlic bread alongside, a nice piece of salmon, grilled chicken with a salad, that sort of thing, that to me is a properly balanced meal. And if I can have more fats to enjoy from the salmon or olives in the salad, the dressing on the salad, reduce the amount of fat from the garlic bread by making this garlic butter recipe with the garlic bread, then that to me is a more complete meal. So this is dead simple. All it is finding the lowest fat butter or spread that you like. So I'm using this Flora lighter, which actually turns out to be vegan. There's 3 grams of fat every 10 grams you use, so it's less than half the amount of usual butter. And the benefit of this recipe and making your own garlic butter and then putting it on a bread of your choice is the bread of your choice is always going to be better than a shop bought baguette that's been wrapped up for over a week, doesn't cook as well as your own when you toast it or grill it to your specification. So in terms of enjoyment and macronutrient targets, this one is winning on all of those levels. I like to use flatbreads or potentially pita breads. It makes them taste like dough balls, like Pizza Express dough balls, and I think that is amazing for the fact that you're only using 3 grams of fat to get that one serving for you. Like I said, I almost feel a bit guilty posting this because it is just 3 or 4 ingredients and that's it. It takes less than 2 minutes. It takes less than the time it takes to watch this video. So I'm only putting that out there because no one else seems to, or I haven't found it, and they've overcomplicated it with making your own garlic bread and doing this and doing that. Honestly, if you're in a pinch and just want to add more flavor to some bread or some toast to make it like garlic bread, give this a try and let me know what you think. Okay, so the first recipe, in with your lightest butter or spread, then garlic paste. This has very few calories in it, which is amazing, and it's also very strong and potent. So use it at your own discretion. It goes a long way, the 5 or 6 grams that they recommend. Then salt. Salt is key in any garlic butter or garlic bread recipe. Then juxtapose that with some pepper, obviously. A few sprays of olive oil spray. The calories there are negligible, so we won't count those. That's just to help move this around and get the ingredients blending together. Stir it up until you have a paste like that, and that's one done. The second version, exactly the same with the same amount of butter or spread. The only difference here being is that we're not using garlic paste, we're using garlic granules, so no calories whatsoever. It will be a bit drier on this side, so use a few more sprays of the olive oil spray, as well as jazzing it up with the salt, the pepper, and potentially a few other herbs if you so choose. Ones that I like to use include oregano and parsley. They go well. Obviously, parsley and garlic are a traditional accompaniment. Then mix that one together. Obviously it won't mix as easily as the one with the garlic paste, but the consistency is actually better. Now the third version, Philadelphia Lightest. 30 grams has great macros in it, so this is going to be a lot more voluminous than any of the other two. Because of that extra Philadelphia, it's going to go a lot further, and it's going to be more filling because of that and the added protein. Now, I should say at this point, I am well aware that Philadelphia make their own garlic and herb version, but I would always choose the plain version because it allows you to ramp up or ramp down the flavors as you so choose, and also use the rest of the plain Philadelphia for anything else you might want to, like in baking with cheesecakes or with smoked salmon and bagels. So it's just a lot more flexible, and I would say a better use of your money. Stir that all together, and as you can see, that comes together as a really nice, thick, but very voluminous paste. This demonstrated by putting all three of these together. Serve with your choice of snack or nibble. Tagliolini like this, they go really well with. You could even top meat or fish with some of these garlic butter recipes. Or if we're making garlic bread, I've chosen this sourdough ciabatta bread, which is really good quality. The butter melts well into it, and it has great texture once it's toasted. Or alternatively, my favourite, as mentioned before, Greek style flatbreads. Toast these so they're still a bit soft, but then as you can see, whenever they're warm enough, the melt on the garlic butter is fantastic. And what's good at this point to do is to roll them up and then slice them into bite-sized chunks. These can also be reheated in the air fryer to make them even more crispier and doughy on the inside. So I hope you like these suggestions. Give them a try. Let me know what you think. And here's just a close-up shot of that garlic butter melt.